Yeah, you are. You're good.
And we have to watch.
Talk about the stress.
And welcome to 21st Century Entrepreneur. This is not your normal voice on the air. This is Kai Cole. And I'm very, very happy to welcome everyone to the broadcast on behalf of the lovely Joan, who's here with
Kai.
us. Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's noon in New York City, and it's a beautiful, sunny New York day. And I am heading in to do our 21st Century Entrepreneur radio show live from a taxi in the middle of Central Park. So it's kind of exciting day today. And Kai is my lovely guest, and we're working together on helping our radio station grow. So thank you so much for being in studio today, Kai.
Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure.
I'm so excited, and I'm going to actually tell a little bit about our show, and then I'm going to introduce the cab driver that I'm with, because we were stressed out because we're stuck in the middle of Central Park trying to get through. But you know what? You just deal with the situation as it comes up, right, Kai?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And how is Sam on the boards for us today, producing?
Oh, yeah, Sam is here. He's in effect, and he is hot.
Awesome. So it is 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio. It is a radio program built by entrepreneurs, made by entrepreneurs, and by entrepreneurs. I don't even say that correctly ever since JC stopped doing the show with me last week. So JC Maldonado and Joan Pelzer are the two hosts of the show. My colleague JC has taken a little bit of a hiatus because he actually had a baby boy on Sunday. So congratulations to JC. We've all been waiting in anticipation for little Alejandro Julio to be born, AJ. And congratulations to JC on the birth of his little son. And that was on, what was Sunday, the 8th or the 9th? The 9th, I think it was. It was the 8th of January. So 1/8/17 is his little baby's birthday. And JC is going to be taking a hiatus not only for the birth of his son, but because he is actually working to buy another business, and he'll be working with that business every Friday. So he won't be able to join us for the next couple of months, and we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, you've got me, Joan Pelzer, and I'm very excited. 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio started 2 years ago, and I joined JC about a year and a half ago. And we really have a goal of trying to educate, inform, and still have fun at the same time. So it's about being an entrepreneur at all different levels. It's about the training or the assistance or the support that an entrepreneur needs or gets, and it's from the people who give it as well as from entrepreneurs in the trenches. So Kai will be the lovely guest, Kai Cole, today. And Kai, you have your own marketing company.
I absolutely do, and it's called Kai Society.
And I found you online. I love it. I love it. And Kai and I have known each other for a couple of years now, and she and I are working together, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in addition to talking about what else Kai does. We're growing Talking Alternative with owner Sam Leibowitz, and so that's kind of exciting. So we're going to have everybody who's helping with that come through our show to talk about their role in helping grow a radio station as a business. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to introduce my lovely and very patient cab driver. He's actually a Hungarian cab driver, and he's living in New York. How many years are you here? His name is Lazlo. How many years are you here now, Lazlo?
10 years now.
10 years. And how long have you been a cab driver?
Just almost 8.
Almost 8 years. And do you like being a cab driver, or are you mostly frustrated?
I love my job. I meet very interesting people. I hear very interesting stories. I see very interesting things. I love my job, really, really.
Do you think of yourself as an entrepreneur?
Yes, I can consider myself an entrepreneur, yes.
And do you have other things that you do other than drive a cab?
No, I'm a full-time taxi driver.
Well, and you are quite knowledgeable. As we were coming over, he picked me up, and there's a lot of traffic. New York City on a Friday, it's a beautiful day, and there's construction all over every minute. And the funny thing is, Lazlo said to me, well, this is my life every day. So, Lazlo, can you expand on that?
Yes, unfortunately, the traffic in the city, it's very frustrated. people who's in charge, Department of Transportation or city, they're not doing a quite good job to at least moderate a little bit or ease up the traffic, especially on a midtown area or let's say in a busy days like a Friday. And most likely, if somebody's going to take care of commercial traffic like trucks and reducing the number of trucks, it's going to be very, very thankful. Or considering the taxi industry as a public transportation, if the city can do some privileges for taxis, considering them to using a bus lane or considering them like in other cities to be able to make turns in a certain hours where for others are restricted, is going to be very, very helpful and ease up a lot on the traffic in Manhattan especially.
Great. So Lazlo, as a business, how do you think taxi business is different from another type of transportation business?
The taxi business in New York City, it's as we know, it has a long history, and unfortunately, the competition is growing day by day. Again, who's in charge with all this? They put more pressure on us as the yellow cab drivers than the other.
Like Uber, Via, Get, Lyft, all of that.
Exactly. Even all of us are considered to be ruled and run by the Taxi and Limousine Commission. Only the taxi industry is pushed by the Taxi and Limousine Commission to play by the rules. Others like Get, Lyft, and Via, they can do whatever they want, price-wise, regulation-wise, everything. It's only the pressure is put on the yellow cab industry. The question is why? Why cannot everybody play by the same rules? If everybody is run by the Tax and Limousine Commission, we should play by the same rules on daily basis. That's
a really good point. Entrepreneurs go through this on a daily basis. There's a lot of competition in every single business, but Kai, I don't know how often you get to take taxis or the other versions of taxis, which are the car services, but it's a lot of pressure. I don't think we think of it in that same way as we would a regular entrepreneur. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I'm an avid fan of Uber. And I always ask the driver about their experience. I ask them about, best tips and tricks. And I've gotten so much great advice on things to watch out for, and also, a plethora of things that are just wonderful to pay attention to. Like, Uber, they don't even have a prompt for tips, unfortunately.
Wow.
I always make sure that, I make my presence known, in the most thankful manner.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point. I mean, we go to a restaurant and we always tip no matter what type of restaurant we go to. And it's interesting, like, I don't think I tip sometimes when I go for a coffee somewhere, like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. But yet that's kind of the same thing as, you're in car service. It's very similar, all different types of car services, like all different types of coffee shops. And, it's all about helping these people and everyone giving to get, I think. That's kind of what I think. I don't know. I'm all about that.
Totally.
Let me ask Lazlo. Lazlo, how are tips?
Tips are good. Since City was introducing the credit card in the taxis, we can say on average a tip on a fare can be around 20%. But it's on my consideration, it's a very good amount.
For me, I don't know about you, Kai, but for me, when they instituted being able to use credit cards, it made it a lot easier to take transportation like this, like a car service or a taxi. And actually what I found lately, especially because we just had the holidays and we're going through a lot of struggles right now, I actually give extra because I feel like I don't know how much the cabs get to take from what they make, but it just feels like the right thing to do.
Sure, it always is. When it comes to gratitude, there's no reason to hold it back.
And I would hope that the clients would treat us the same, right?
Absolutely.
So, Lazlo, just probably one or two more last questions. What is your favorite thing about being here in New York?
The opportunities and the chances to do a lot of things to have a very good life. It's really a city what it's giving you the chances, even if you're not a success in one part of what you like to do, you can do something else. Or let's say if you don't want to live in a certain area of a city, you can live somewhere else. A lot of opportunities and challenges what it's throwing in front of you, and it's really a good opportunity to be able to live in New York City.
Yeah, we're on 72nd. We're going to make a left now, and we're going to head towards the studio. And I'm very excited that we have a chance to be actually talking with Lazlo. Lazlo, what does your day look like after you leave me?
Oh, it's going to be a very hard day because it's a Friday. Fridays usually are a very busy day. We have a beautiful weather. People are preparing for weekends, traveling to bus terminals, airports, doing some shopping for weekend, and I'm looking forward. It's 12 o'clock, 4 more hours, and I'm out. And I'll be back tomorrow because, unfortunately, I'm working now 7 days, thanks to Uber again, and I have to be here to support my family, to pay my mortgage, and so on. Thank you very much.
Well, that's a little stressful, I know. And, well, good luck for you tomorrow, though, because it is going to snow. We here in New York, so it may mean more business for you. I hope for your sake it means more business. But, it's so interesting. I love doing these kinds of things where we actually talk to real people on the street, literally on the street. I'm in a cab, and we get to chat with them about what their businesses are like. So, Kai, I'm going to turn it back to you, and maybe we can ask a question or two of Sam, and I'm going to jump out of the cab and get in.
Absolutely.
We're going to, Lazlo.
Yeah, we're going to take a break.
And run right in.
Take a break, and looking forward to having you join us, Joan.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Hello, I'm JC.
I'm Joan. And welcome to 21st Century Entrepreneur.
We bring education,
insight,
knowledge,
awareness,
trouble,
craziness, and fun
for you, the entrepreneur who's looking to build your business
and your community. Listen every Friday from noon to 1 Eastern on talkradio.nyc. And you can tweet us at 21st CE Radio or Talk Alternative.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
And we are back, and I am actually sitting in the studio across from Kai. And Kai is doing some Facebook Live, I think. Is that what you're doing?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Excellent. So I really enjoyed that cab ride. Actually, I didn't want to get out because Lazlo was amazing. At first, he wasn't in a very good mood. He was stuck in traffic. He was not happy. I was complaining that he had to hurry up. Hi, I'm waving to everybody on Facebook Live. And he was then just a transformed person. And I said, let's put you on air. And he was all excited to do it. And he really does think of himself as an entrepreneur. And it's so cool. He has very big opinions on the transportation industry. He's very frustrated with what's happening. And I don't blame him because it's crazy. But, these cab drivers they have to buy those medallions. And they have to get their cab every day. So they really are their own small business. If they don't drive, they don't get paid. If they don't go and get that cab, they don't get paid. So they go through a lot of the same struggles that we go through. And I know that my friend listening right now, Gary Cohen of Cohen Brothers Jewelry, he better start paying me for a sponsorship, don't you think? He is probably laughing right now, and he'll text me later on and tell me that he loved that I interviewed a cab driver, because he's been dying for me to interview a cab driver, and then I have to interview a hot dog vendor. That's next. Problem with the hot dog vendor is they can't come here at noon on a Friday. That's their busy time. So we're going to have to do that one remotely. And we will. And we'll definitely do a Facebook Live when we do that one. So you are back on 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio on a Friday afternoon. And if you would like to call us here at the studio to say hello or to ask a question, 877-480-4120. And if you're not listening live, if you're just listening after the fact, you can't really call us, but you can always go online to talkradio.nyc, sign up for the newsletter, and you can email us anything. We'd also really love to know where you're listening from. So if you could email us to tell us where you're listening from, because this is going to help us. We're trying to really build, and this is part of why, not only reason, but part of why Kai is with me today. We're really trying to build up this radio station. We know what it is and we know what it can be, and we really want to make that happen. Sam is a multifaceted, multi-time entrepreneur. Multi-time, is that a word? Multi-time entrepreneur. He's been an entrepreneur for a long time, and he's done many businesses. We interviewed him last week, and we'll ask him to jump on and say hello here today. He's shaking his head no, but I'm going to make him do it. But he is an entrepreneur, and this is a small business, which will be a big business if we have anything to do with it, Kai, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Kai and I have known each other for years, but we're now officially working together to try and help build Talking Alternative Radio, Talking Alternative Broadcasting. And we're really using the website as talkradio.nyc. It's so much easier. Kai, talk to us a little bit now while I've got you on. I'm not going to wait. And like JC and I would normally wait a while. Talk to us and tell us a little bit. Give us like the Cliff Notes version of your background.
If Cliff Notes version is possible.
I know, it's never possible. We'll have to go on for hours and hours, but let's see if we can truncate it a little bit.
Absolutely. I do have a degree in architecture. What? That's where it all began. I went to New York Institute of Technology, did the 5-year degree, and I have to say that after that experience, graduating in a class with maybe a handful of women, and a lot fewer people than started out with us the beginning of the degree, I definitely can say that I learned how to see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Architecture starts to begin to reveal our relationship to the world. Once you understand your relationship, you can start as a mirror looking back at the world to see yourself. So being able to understand who you are and your environment are two very powerful things that are taught in this, I guess, seemingly abstract field, but it is so applicable to our entire lives. So from there, getting a taste of what it's like to be a human and to be a person in this magnificent world. I didn't want to sit behind a computer all day and do red lines and design and, do sketches. I wanted to interact with people. So I applied that architecture concept to building brands. So I call myself a tribe architect.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. I like to employ a lot of different strategies to build a following and to build community.
Well, it's interesting because I think very often we were told to go to school just because you needed the degree. Not always was it for the knowledge. And today, a lot of people are doing advanced courses and things for the knowledge. And I see her waving. Who's on there? Who's on our live stream? Is this from you or from Talking Alternative? Did you plug
This
in?
is from me.
From yours.
Dr. Laura just joined
so
us.
Dr. Laura, is that Dr. Laura Tirado?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Hello, Dr. Laura Tirado. She is an amazing dentist.
Oh, yes.
On Central Park South. So if you guys need a dentist, you know where to go. She's awesome. Dr. Laura Tirado. Anyway, if anyone is listening and you want to go on Kai's live stream, you can ask some questions of us today by commenting on the live live stream. And during the second half, we'll do a little bit of live stream from the Talking Alternative page as well. So that'll be great. Is anyone asking a question yet currently?
Not just
Not
yet.
yet.
Lots of love, lots of hellos.
We got a lot of hearts going on and high fives. Good.
Yes.
Excellent. I love hearing that. That's good. Well, I am excited to be here because this is now my second show of the new year. And right now for this month, I'm focused on the radio station. We want to focus. It's kind of like everything that's going on in the world actually is all about transformation right now. It's people are transforming, businesses are transforming, our entire country is transforming. In 1 week from today, we will have a new president. And it's kind of amazing. And, you know, in all fairness to him, I did not vote for him, but I want him to win. I want him to succeed. I want it for all of us and for our country. Because if he fails, then we all fail.
Right.
So, you know, as much as I would like to, would not have liked to have him as president, I would have liked to have Hillary. That's just my opinion. I still will support him because I want him to succeed. I want to make our country not great again because I think our country is great, but I want to make our country move forward and not have stagnation. So that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. And JC, I don't know what JC would be saying right now if he were sitting next to me, but we don't have to worry about that because I can say whatever I want and I can even talk about him.
Oh boy.
So yeah, it's kind of fun. But so I'm actually working on transformation this weekend for myself. And as I mentioned that, we're actually working on transformation together for Talking Alternative. And it starts with the brand. I mean, the website is being changed. We had a little bit of a discussion about that last week with Adam, who just started his brand new show this week on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Now there are 2 Wednesday evening shows for you all to listen to back to back. It's Wednesday night with Adam starting at 7 and then with Mike Dolce starting at 8. So it's very exciting. You guys all have to go online, talkradio.nyc to listen to that. So let's jump right in.
Sure. And also I have a wonderful comment for you.
Yeah.
Kathy McCall, thank you very much.
Hi, Kathy McCall.
She said to your point that you are absolutely right. She said, he fails, we all fail.
Exactly.
We must put our energy towards a positive change.
Exactly. And I will not be going to the march in Washington, not because I don't want to, but actually it's for a happy reason. My friend's niece is getting married in Florida and I'm involved in the wedding. I'm going to be like the day of coordinator. So I'm bummed I'm going to miss the march, but I'm very excited that I get to be at a happy wedding next weekend in Florida, might I say. So I'm wondering what the weather's going to be like up here. I hope it's nice in Florida. So thank you, Kathy, for coming on to Kai's live stream, Facebook. It's interesting because I was just talking to 2 of my clients this morning about Facebook. Actually, one client I'm on and is an admin for him for Facebook. I do social media marketing for those of you just listening and who have never met or heard of me before. My company is Joan Pelzer Social and I do social media marketing. And we were talking because I am an admin for his Facebook page, so I do not log in as him, but his personal Facebook was hacked. And so he had to actually change his password very quickly. And his problem was that he couldn't reach anybody. And it was an emergency for him because he was really nervous about it personally. He was seeing things being done that he didn't know what was happening. So he quickly changed the password, which is always the best piece of first advice. Change your password immediately and change it often. Change your password often, even if you have it linked to other things, even if you have other people helping you with your social media. Always, for every single thing you do online, you should never keep one password for a long period of time. You should always change it. So even if you have those password, whatever those things are where they help you find your password, or if they store your password in your computer, still change it. You just don't know. So that's a good piece of advice for us. So why don't I delve in and ask you what a good piece of advice, I'll let you think about it, but if you have one right away, what a good piece of advice would be for our audience from you today?
Sure. My personal approach to everything that I do is that I take in as much information as I can. I love to learn.
Yeah.
Just started learning Hebrew not that long ago.
Oh, fun.
That's been fun. And then I want to share it.
Excellent.
Sharing
Yeah.
is so important.
I agree.
So
I agree.
important. It's a way to show that you're thankful for what you've learned.
Yeah.
It's a way to show your appreciation for the people that are around you.
Yep.
And you're empowering everyone with the information that you've gained yourself. What a synergy.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
it's self-sustaining. It will always be there. That energy will always come back to you, whether it's in the form of a compliment, in the form of someone mirroring or doing something that you express to them, you know, that was helpful to you. Whatever you do out of love for yourself is a benefit to us all.
I love that. That's perfect. I love that. And you know, it's funny because so many business people don't necessarily think of sharing. They don't think of sharing their information. I've gone to many conferences with business coaches, which actually think the opposite. They actually do share. They share too much information sometimes that it overwhelms you. And it's part of their strategy, which is what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Part of their strategy is to give you all of the information that you could possibly want because they know you're really not going to do that much with it. You may do something. Some people, a percentage of the group or the audience may act on it. A percentage won't act on it at all. And then there's the middle. The middle who will want to act on it will maybe start acting on it and then not know where to go, not remember everything, just don't have the tools or the resources or the experience or knowledge. So it's interesting. And I agree with you completely. I've done so many seminars and webinars for and with other people to help and give information. In fact, one I did, someone said to me, "You're like a fire hose. You're giving us all of this information." And I said, yes, and I'm doing that because I want you to have it. I don't want you to think it's a secret. It's not a secret. I want you to have what I know. And if you need help doing it, then you come to me. That's when you come to me. And I love that. My whole goal, I've decided, and my whole purpose, I worked with Patrice Tanaka, who was a guest on our show, is connecting people and in different ways, social media being one of them. So we are going to go to a break. And when we come back, we are going to delve into Kai Cole and we're going to delve into talking alternative broadcasting. Back after this.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
If you have an interest in marijuana, you want to know about marijuana, law, policy, and culture, then feel free to join me, Joseph A. Bondi, every Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning on my show In the Know 420 on TalkingAlternative.com.
Legalize the herb to continue to resist the passage of this necessary legislation.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of the Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on the Rob and Callie Show Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
And we're back. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday, which is Fun Friday. Hashtag Fun Friday or Friday Try Day. Or what's the other one? Friday. Oh, you know, it didn't even register to me. It is Friday the 13th. That could be good and it could be bad. It all depends on your attitude about it. I'm going to say it's going to be a great day. It's already started off wonderfully. I love that I was late. I love that I was running late, coming across town because of traffic, because of that, I was able to interview an amazing cab driver, Lazlo. So thank you, Lazlo. If you're listening again now, because I told him how to find us and to spread the word. I said every Friday, you can put it on while you're in a cab stuck in traffic and I'll talk to you. So hopefully Lazlo is listening. Thank you so much, Lazlo, for your kindness in getting on the radio show. So back to what we were talking about. Lazlo is an entrepreneur and we are 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio, and we're talking about the radio station as a business. And it is. And we're trying to help grow this radio station. We all believe in what's going on here. We believe in Sam Leibowitz, and we want to help grow it. So I also wanted to recommend and ask if folks are out there listening, can you please send us where you're listening from? What device? Are you listening via a mobile app? Are you listening on the internet? Did you go straight to the website, talkradio.nyc? We'd really love to know that. That will help us so we know where we need to promote the station and where we need to make sure it's accessible. And that's so important, because if you can't find us, you can't listen to us. And if you can't listen to us, we can't grow. So it's all about growth right now. I think this is going to be a great year. It ends in a 7. It's a lucky number for me. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to have on a very good friend of mine who is about to be an entrepreneur. Her name is Natalie Green, and she is going to be starting her own business. She's a registered dietitian. She's a nutritionist. She works in the hospital system helping patients before they go home after surgery so they know what to eat and how it goes with certain medications. And her other area of specialty, because we all have many, is astrology. So she's branding herself, and she may need your help, Kai, with that. And she wants to help people, particularly women, but she wants to work with everyone. She's not just for women. She wants to brand them and tell them how nutrition affects their astrology and vice versa. And it really is interesting when you talk to her about it, when you hear the days of the week or the numbers or the type of situation you're going through based on Neptune or Pluto or something. And she was giving me a lot of insight as to what I'm going through based on that. So she's going to help us with the diet side of that too. So Kai, back to you. Ooh. And tell us, so you are I'm going to say it. Let me see if I can do it. No, not a live architect. It is say it again. Tribe. God, I almost said live. I knew it was like
we are live.
Something. Yeah, we're live with Tribe Architecture. So, and I love that because, and you really had a great point when we see. So it's what we see, and it's the knowledge, and it's the sharing of the knowledge. So you took in architecture, you learned architecture, which then transformed you into something else.
Absolutely.
So how do you take that to the next level?
Now that was the fun part. And right before I get into this, I did want to acknowledge Kathy, who's listening in via Facebook.
Hi, Kathy.
With her cell phone. And she says that every day is a good day, which I totally agree. Hello. In terms of transformation, I've learned that it's not a singular thing. Mm-hmm. Right now in my life, which is a very, very special time for me, I am so lucky to experience transformations as something fluid.
Yeah.
I get the chills, every, couple of minutes when I hear something that resonates with me, when I say something that I hear myself say, and I get to listen to my own voice speaking things from a certain understanding, and then being able to digest it again as I hear it from my own voice. So these things coming from the inside, hearing from the outside, experiencing the intertwining of our emotions, our empathy, our understanding and communication with one another. It's really, really a beautiful experience, and transformation and transformations, something that happens for me like all the time.
Okay, so then how do you take that and make it a business?
So again, I told you that I'm very big on sharing. So the things that I experience, I like to do something that I call expanding and contracting. So I will contract or simplify or refine what it is that I experience by taking notes. Sometimes I like to draw diagrams. That's what we do in architecture, to turn it into a concept. And then when I really get to understand it is when I get to share it and teach it to someone else.
Great.
So that they can hopefully, experience either something similar, experience it in their own way, from their own lens. It's that feeling, though, that change, that once we can really connect with someone and connect with ourselves and form that connection in between, it becomes something super duper special.
Okay, so then now I want to know, how is this a business then?
Yeah.
How do you work with someone to do this?
Absolutely. So we have all of the channels, we have all of the platforms that are available to us, and something that I specialize in is reeling things back to what I call the source. I like to source myself for these experiences that I've had so that I can teach or coach someone via those concepts that I've distilled. And then in another way that I experience this sorcery is is by the resources that I have. My goodness gracious, lists and lists
Because
and
you share.
events and calendars.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And one of the most recent things that I've been sharing is that I've been contracted to do these amazing events in wonderful public and corporate and private forums. I said, why should I do this by myself?
Right.
I don't want to.
And do you involve clients in those?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Clients, friends, professionals, associates. I just came across a very, very special group of people that I networked with yesterday. Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Everyone is so warm and welcoming. And I'm just eager to invite everyone so that they can share their expertise.
Excellent, excellent. So what types of clients are best for you? What types of clients come to you, or what types of clients do you seek out? Is it small businesses? Is it big businesses? Is it certain industry?
No business size in particular, but someone who exhibits that they really want to change. There's so many times where I've worked with clients who want me to do the work for them.
Right.
And it doesn't
never
work
gonna
that
work.
way.
That's
No.
never going to work. Nobody, if somebody wants you to do the work, they're never going to take it in.
Right.
They have to want it themselves.
Absolutely. So this is a situation where it's like teaching a person to fish. I can give you all of the resources, the systems, the concepts, the information that you need to thrive, and we're going to practice it together, and then eventually you'll be the expert, and hopefully you can teach me something
and maybe take it to the next level too. And it's so interesting that you say that, because everybody takes it and makes it their own. No two people rather are ever going to do something the same way, even if they're taught the same way. Even in a factory where they're doing something side by side that's exactly the same, somebody's standing different, somebody's taller than the other one, somebody ate something different and feels differently as they're doing it. I don't think we ever can be the same in any, big capacity, I guess. Small capacities, yes. Big capacity, no. So, okay. So that being said, let's turn that into what we're doing to transform the radio station, because this is a pretty special place for all of us. And, I've been doing this now a year and a half. I've known Sam for probably at least 5 or 6 years prior to that. And I've always known that this was special, but I didn't realize how special until I started, not even the first week or month, after the first year of doing the show here, I realized I can't not be here. It's one of those places that draws you in. And I say that in hope people don't laugh at that, but it really is a feeling. You have a feeling when you're sitting here. It's a magical room. We're in a health and wellness center on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And you walk in, and guests who walk in who have never been here walk in and say, oh, this is a real studio. We're like, well, yeah, what did you think it was going to be? I mean, it's interesting, though, when you think of a studio, people have a perception. And when you think of a business, people have a perception. And when you think of a person, people have a perception. So, we're transforming with you, with me, with Adam, with Julie, who and what we are, with Mike, everyone that's involved here, who and what we are, and how we're going to grow so that we help and share, just like we talked about in the beginning, with everyone else. And I know for sure that Gary Cohen, and I mention his name all the time, and, we joke about it, but he is our biggest fan. He's the biggest fan that I know of for any of the shows we have, because this man listens religiously and sends me notes every single week about the things he liked and the things he didn't like and ideas. And I am going to get a hot dog vendor. I am. I'm going to have to go live, but I'm going to get one. Maybe you'll come with me and we'll try the hot dogs. And it's just interesting because we do have an audience that responds to us, and we want to grow that. And we've got one on Facebook Live right now. So thank you all who are on Facebook Live for listening in to us.
I see Paulina Lopez just joined us. And also Kathy, again, I love your comments. In order to be irreplaceable, she says, one must always be different. And I'd like to your point, I'd say authentic.
I love that, Kathy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kathy. And Paulina, I think it's this weekend. Is it this weekend or next weekend she's hosting? It's tomorrow. So, Paulina, why don't you send some details through Facebook Live, post your link for your event that you're hosting, because I took your event. I took her workshop last year, and Paulina, you'll be very pleased to know she did a dream board workshop. It was more than that. It was a vision board, dream board. It is on the back of my front door of my apartment in my building, and it's grown. It's almost the entire door. And actually, I can't attend this weekend because I have a workshop that I'm doing, but I support her and I want others to go to it because there's nothing like doing this. And Paulina is a business coach, and she is an entrepreneur, and she's a wonderful human being. Yes. I helped her with some social media when she was first starting out. And I will actually take a picture and we'll post it of my dream board. I should take a picture of when it started and when it's now. But I am planning, actually, I was going to do it. It's ironic that she's on. I was going to do it on Sunday. Take it all off the back of the door and redo it for the year.
Yes.
So even though I can't be with you live, Paulina, I will be redoing my vision and dream board, because what I realized is it's very separate. Every area of life on the board is separate. And now I think I'm ready to integrate. Nice. So it's a transformation that I'm going through. So we are actually going to go to a quick break. And when we come back from the break, we're going to have more from Kai Cole and myself, Joan Pelzer. And we're going to make Sam at least say hello on here, because we want to talk about what we're doing to further build Talking Alternative Broadcasting. So right back after this.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
TalkingAlternative.com.
And we are back on Talking Alternative Broadcasting on this Friday afternoon. It is 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio, live in the studio with Joan Pelzer and Kai Cole sitting right next to me. Let's turn this little Facebook Live and get both of us in, and we're going to wave to everybody. And if you want to ask questions, you can either send them through Kai Cole's Facebook Live stream, ask a question or comment, and you can also call us if you like. Whoops, I'm beeping in right there. I'm beeping in. 877-480-4120. Come sit next to me and let's talk a little bit more. So, whoops-a-daisy, we just knocked off. This is what happens when you're live. We knocked over the Facebook Live, but that's perfectly okay. Now we're going to focus a little bit on something Kai does that's very unique. So she helps with transforming your tribe. And it's not only with the station, which I keep bringing up because we are working together on working on the station, but Kai is doing a lot of other things with businesses and individuals transforming their tribes. So let's find out from Kai as we're adjusting this. I'll adjust the Facebook Live while she talks a little bit now. And I've got to have the tech glitches, of course. I always have the tech glitches. I may end up holding the phone. But let's talk to Kai and find out a little bit more about what that means and how you actually help people. Hi. I'll just focus on you for now because it's not going to stay up unless Sam wants to help us fix it.
No problem. This is perfect.
Whoops, there we go. I'm knocking everything over today. It's just it's Friday the 13th, isn't it? There we go. We'll just hold it for a little bit. So talk to us about that. I'll hold it while you talk. Here we go.
What I found out from the many tribes that I've worked with, a lot of organizations, some of you may know that I spent part of my life as a celebrity publicist where I learned so much from working with foundations, brands like Corzo Tequila, countries like Anguilla and Dominica.
Beautiful country.
Oh my goodness, there's so much out there to learn. But what happens is that when, again, you take that, what it is that you've learned and you apply it to yourself, it would behoove me to take my own advice for my own business, right? Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you become a role model for your tribe. You can always refer to yourself and your own experiences and your own stories to continue to teach how to build, how to grow, how to share, how to learn, how to love yourself and the people that you're supporting.
Isn't that so interesting that so often the business we're in is affecting us first before we go out and do it for someone else? It's almost like we have to work on ourselves as our business. I'm techie glitch all the time today. Whatever. I'm dealing with it. It's Friday the 13th. I'll get feedback from Gary Cohen later. He'll tell me how I sounded. But we do that. I mean, I'm sometimes the cobbler with no shoes. I do my social media last. I do everybody else's first.
Tell me about it.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's how we operate. So how do you do that? How do you work on you and then be able to take that and see? Because we talked about architecture being able to really see. So I guess you see yourself, then you're able to see it in someone else. So how do you actually do that, Kai?
Sure. I like to build my spaces and be in them as well, to experience them. Mm-hmm. So again, taking my own advice, I can understand where the weak points are, where the strengths are, because I'm actually doing it myself.
Right.
So when looking at the structure, the infrastructure of your business, when you actually experience it as a consumer, as the person in that space, then you know the quality of it. Then you know how to improve it. And when you know how to improve your own, you know how to...
Well, the chef tasting his own recipe.
Exactly.
Excellent. I love that. That's a great way of putting it. And I think it makes it, in layman's terms, it makes it very easy for folks to digest and understand.
Absolutely.
I'd be curious, so... what do you think is the easiest way for a business to accept this?
Oh, I didn't even include one of my most important lessons lately, and that's to ask. To ask for
questions.
feedback, to ask for people to submit their questions, to ask for help.
That's a good
I've
one.
Totally
I like that.
had to ask for help. And Julie, so many people, Sam, Joan, you're all amazing. Aurea, Dell, everyone has been so supportive, but I also had to learn how to ask for it.
Yeah, we have a hard time, especially when we're strong people, strong personalities. It's very hard to ask for help. I've always had a hard time asking for help myself, and I always assume, or other people rather assume on me, that I can handle it. And I don't often show that I can. And I think for a lot of us, especially, I think it's the type of person that would become an entrepreneur or a business owner who has a very tough time asking for help. It's
Very
interesting.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
And Shmuley, I see you out there.
Well, hello,
You've
everybody
been
out
so
there.
Helpful.
Let's see. Let's name
Hi,
names
Kara.
of people. I'm going to jump right in. Hello.
I wanted to go back and read a comment from Dell. He says, to expand the business, you have to expand the outreach to all of the potential targets. Very
Absolutely.
true.
Very true.
Kathy, yes, this is the year to put yourself out there on social media. Be seen, heard, and loved.
That's what she wants to do. Well, Kathy, if you need help with that, just ask. We are willing to give you information and share with you. That's Kathy McCall.
Yes.
We have Kara. We have Sam Pollock. You got a lot of folks commenting. This is great.
Yes,
Thank you all for being live with us today with Kai. And Kai, so if people want to find you and talk with you, how do they do that? Because right after that, we want people to be able to find you. And then we're going to talk about some of the things that you're working on and some of the things that we're working on for the radio station and where they can find us and come and visit us or listen to us or whatever.
And that makes me really excited. I just published my page, Kai Society, on Facebook.
Excellent.
So I'll make
Congratulations.
sure to... Thank you very much.
Merge the two.
Exactly. To put everything on there in terms of resources, events, things that you can interact with. We've got a webinar coming up on Monday for transformations, exactly what we've been talking about.
Great. And who are you working with on that?
Oh, my goodness. We have 8 lovely co-hosts, including the Sam Leibowitz.
Our own Talking Alternative owner, Sam Leibowitz.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hopefully, Joan, if you're able to join us.
So let's give the folks out there, and we're going to put it on social media as well, but let's give them all the details. It's Monday, and what time is it?
Monday at 8 p.m. You can
8 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time.
Because we have folks from all over the world listening, and we want to make sure they can jump on with us.
Facebook.com/Kai, Kai Society.
Excellent. Okay,
and you can
good.
find today's live stream. I'll be happy to post afterwards, and also the event, and a very big announcement. The 26th of this month.
What day of the week is that? Thursday?
Is a Thursday.
Excellent.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the first Kai Society radio episode here on Talking Alternative.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited.
And Go Kai.
I'd love to have as many
Wait, I'm going to do
people-
that with you. I'm going to
yes.
For those not watching, you're missing. You're missing out. Watch, we're going to hand pump. I'm going to go hand pump.
Hand pump. Ooh.
Kai, high five, Kai.
Oh yeah.
We are having fun. We joke about things, but you know what? Business is serious, and you know, it's all about finding your passion and doing what you love. And they always say, do what you love and the money will come. And so it's about that first, because you're building a society, literally. You're building a tribe and building a society and teaching folks how to build their own tribes.
Yes.
So we've got the webinar coming up on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Make sure you check out Facebook, Talking Alternative Broadcasting, and the website talkradio.nyc. And then you've got, and it's also facebook.com/Kai Cole.
Kai Society.
My bad.
And also you can find me personally, Kai Cole. I think there's 2 Kai Coles.
I think there are. I know. Isn't that interesting? But you're the number one.
That's right.
And then you've got your radio station starting at the end of January on the 26th, which is a Thursday.
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern on, again, talkradio.nyc.
Yes.
So this is all great news. I love it. And very, very excited that we are working together. We're expanding our own businesses.
Yes.
And then we're expanding the radio station, which is one of our friends and compatriots as well. So
and loving our tribe.
Yeah, so I'm going to say thank you to all of you for listening today. I'm very excited that we were able to have Kai on today. I think I almost purposely sometimes want to be late because I want to do something different on the way here. So I'm going to embrace that, even though I sometimes drive poor Sam Lebo. It's crazy. I actually really like that. I'm going to turn this on me and just tell people. So you need to also follow 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio on Facebook, and we have a Twitter handle as well. I love all the little hearts and high fives we're getting, and hi to everyone. And please do listen to Kai the 26th at 10 a.m. And thank you. We're going to take a picture and do all that fun stuff afterwards. And thank you all for being here. I'm going to turn it back on you.
Thank you.
And thank you, the audience who's listening, and Gary Cohen especially. I adore you. And I want to also shout out to an intern we had here for a week, Carly Chapman. Mark Chapman is in my BNI networking group, and Carly, his daughter, was just amazing. And she's going to come back next summer, whether she likes it or not. And she's going to be our intern again. So thank you, Carly. And shout out to all of you listeners. We really appreciate you listening to us every Friday at noon. Thank you so much from 21st Century Entrepreneur Radio. And coming up next, we have Tony Martignetti. And Tony talks about nonprofits, and he is pretty amazing too. So don't go away. Take care, everyone. Have a happy Friday. Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Hello, I'm JC.
I'm Joan. And welcome to 21st Century Entrepreneur.
We bring education,
insight,
knowledge,
awareness,
trouble,
craziness, and fun
for you, the entrepreneur who's looking to build your business
and your community. Listen every Friday from noon to 1 Eastern on talkradio.nyc. And you can tweet us at 21st CE Radio or Talk Alternative.
Hey, all you crazy listeners. Looking to boost your business? Why not advertise on Talking Alternative with very reasonable rates? Interested? Simply email at info@talkingalternative.com.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on talkingalternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network at www.talkingalternative.com. Now, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Talking Alternative.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place, because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show, Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.